What if I told you that one man, in just over a decade, redrew the map of the ancient world? We're talking about a military genius who was never defeated in battle, a king who became a legend in his own lifetime. This is the story of Alexander the Great. Born in 356 BC in the kingdom of Macedon, Alexander was no ordinary prince. His father was King Philip II, a brilliant military strategist in his own right, and his tutor was none other than the great philosopher Aristotle. This unique upbringing forged a leader who was both a fearsome warrior and a deep thinker. When his father was assassinated, Alexander, at just 20 years old, ascended to the throne. He didn't waste any time. He swiftly secured his kingdom and then set his sights on a goal that had once seemed impossible: the conquest of the mighty Persian Empire. In 334 BC, Alexander crossed into Asia with a relatively small but highly disciplined army. What followed was a string of victories that still boggle the mind. At the Battle of the Granicus, he charged headfirst into enemy lines. At Issus, he faced the massive army of the Persian King Darius III and sent him fleeing. But perhaps his most famous victory was at Gaugamela. Outnumbered almost 5-1, Alexander used brilliant tactics, creating a gap in the Persian lines and charging straight for Darius. Once again, the Persian king fled, and the heart of his empire was now for the taking. But Alexander wasn't just a conqueror. He was a visionary. As he marched across continents, from Egypt to India, he founded over 20 cities, many named Alexandria. The most famous, in Egypt, became a beacon of culture and learning. Home to the legendary Great Library, he encouraged a fusion of cultures, a blend of Greek and Eastern traditions known as the Hellenistic Age. He even had his soldiers marry local women to foster this integration. He wasn't just building an empire, he was building a new world. His campaign took him all the way to the edges of the known world, to the rivers of India. His soldiers, exhausted after years of relentless marching and fighting, finally persuaded him to turn back. But Alexander's journey was far from over. He returned to Babylon, the new capital of his vast empire, with grand plans for the future. New explorations, new campaigns, and a new system to govern his multicultural domain. Tragically, Alexander would never see these plans come to fruition. In 323 BC, at the age of just 32, he died in Babylon. The cause of his death remains one of history's great mysteries. Was it fever, poison, or something else? His empire, held together by his sheer force of personality, fractured almost immediately, carved up by his generals. Yet, Alexander's legacy is immeasurable. He wasn't just a general, he was a phenomenon. His military strategies are still studied at academies worldwide. His cultural vision spread Greek language, art, and philosophy across a vast area, shaping the course of Western civilization and beyond for centuries. He was a man who dared to reach for the horizon and, for a brief, brilliant moment, actually touched it. That's the story of Alexander the Great, a legend who truly earned his title. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the past, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories of history's greatest figures. See you next time.